Hey guys, this is the tree
Of
of Whoa show. And this is a Monday Night Raw review for August 27th. The last, it's right there. The last Monday Night Raw before college. Technically, you started today, but I start tomorrow. But this is our last one before college. But it's not like we're not going to do them. But I'm just saying, school starts tomorrow.
well,
so
you're not going to do them the next 3 weeks.
I'm not gonna. Let's just get that out of the way right now. Next 3 weeks,
Tree of Jake show.
Tree of Jake show. Next week, Virginia Tech football is Monday Night Football. Sorry. The week after that, I'm in Detroit, Michigan. Sorry. The week after that, the Falcons are Monday Night Football. Sorry. Blame football scheduling. I don't know why Virginia Tech was picked of all the teams to be in Monday Night Football. No clue. They're the only game that night. But whatever. Let's jump right into the show. Show kicks off with our favorite, my favorite,
Jerry the King. Love him. Love Jerry the King.
Jerry Lawler.
Ever since Memphis.
He is the best wrestler in the world.
He's the best commentator I've ever heard.
He probably is.
He is not.
He's not worse
He's
than
not sexist.
Jim Ross. Nope.
He does not oodle over women.
Well, you can't say all these things because Punk called him later.
Oh, my bad. Sorry. So
He calls out the Punkster. And CM Punk says this.
you want me to apologize for kicking you in the head? Really?
But
Hey!
it was funny. He went off on a little thing about how, he's sorry that it's so easy to get into the Hall of Fame. He beats a bunch of no-names in Memphis, Tennessee and stuff. And
And
he's
a
sorry
comedian, Andy Kaufman.
and he's sorry that Jerry Lawler's jealous. The segment was the CM Punk I want to see, really. Not the CM Punk, a lot better than what it has been. This is closer to the CM Punk I want to see. Haircut, feels like he's pissed off, he's badass. This is what I like. That's what I like to see out of CM Punk.
Yeah.
And he basically challenges him to a fight later, which Jerry Lawler, I'll think about it.
Yeah. Think about this fist.
I'll think
in
about it.
your face. Bam.
And then, first match of the night, everybody's favorite jobber of the week,
Jack Swagger.
taking on the Ryback. And we're going to do hashtag Tree of Woe Show active. Everybody, I'll give you 3 choices what happened in this match. Did Jack Swagger win? Did Jack Swagger,
Was it a draw?
was it a draw? Or did Ryback win? Everyone, tweet us your answers.
3, 2, 1.
You're right. Absolutely. Who's the one guy that said Swagger won? Piece of shit. You don't even know. But Ryback did win this match. And what did you notice Jack Swagger was doing this whole match?
He was sandbagging it. It was awful.
He said this.
He was he didn't really go forth with the effort you need to do to be part of those power moves, because he's bigger than the guys Ryback's wrestled against. So Ryback has to use all of his strength. Swagger has to jump and propel it, or else it's not going to work. Stand up on his head. Jack Swagger didn't care. Jack Swagger didn't give a fuck. He's been smoking backstage.
Mm-hmm.
That's the sheets. The
Yeah,
sheets are saying that.
exactly. The Sheets need that fire.
Yeah. The thing about the sheets though is they say JTG does all that stuff. JTG gets squashed. They say Jack Swagger does all that stuff. Jack Swagger gets squashed.
It's true. So you gotta believe it. But
Believe
I don't know if Ryback's just going back to squash people or if we're gonna start a feud with Swagger. Definitely not.
There's no feuds. I feel like he squashed people between feuds.
Yeah. So Jack, hey,
The way to be.
we're pissed at you, Ryback. Oh, all right.
He's so dangerous.
It's hilarious. It's like their go-to strategy for people that need to stop acting like idiots. Love it. Then we get match of the year contender Layla versus Natalya.
Yep. This match was about 30, 40 minutes long. Had a lot of near falls, false finishers.
Yep.
Vicky Guerrero came out.
45 high spots.
Yeah.
Flippy flips, loopy loops.
Natalya hit a Hurricane Rana off the top rope to the floor.
That's what I saw.
And then after that, Vicky said she has an announcement needs to take more precedent over this match. Then Layla won the roll-up.
I think, yeah. Layla rolled her up.
Yeah.
But then we got to the important part, which was Vicky's announcement, and she basically just, calls out AJ for the whole thing last week. She can't be putting my boys' Money in the Bank briefcase up for grabs. And then AJ comes out, let's light it up, skipping and punching, kicking Vicky.
Yeah.
She attacks Vicky. Vicky skedaddles out of there. I don't know how I felt about this segment. I didn't care about the match. And I didn't care about Vicky once I noticed that Dolph wasn't with her. That's all.
I thought it wasn't bad. Like, I felt like what AJ did actually sets her up as being crazy, Because you always talk, oh, crazy, but she just turns her head sideways and says what she's supposed to say. This it's like, what the hell is she gonna do? She goes out there and doesn't even say anything, and just attacks Vicky. Like, is she nuts? Yes. Stay tuned. The next thing we have is Daniel Bryan.
These things I did like.
Daniel Bryan's first anger management thing happened last week. Him saying an anger management thing next to Harold, is what his name was, a little black guy.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a segment that with 95% of the roster would suck. But Daniel, there's probably 8 guys who can pull it off, and Daniel Bryan is one of them. Which is good to say because I never thought he'd be this guy. Even 6 months ago, I never thought he'd be this guy. So, shout out to Daniel Bryan, anger management. They said, oh, we have one more person coming. He's going to be late. And the little kid walks in wearing a goat face. And then he goes, oh, real funny. And starts yelling at the kid. The kid looks at the mask and he's crying. And he's like, oh, that's my son. He's the goat in Noah's Ark. Where's the other goat then?
Yeah, exactly. There's 2 goats in Noah's Ark.
Yeah. Where's the female goat?
Gosh, freaking amateurs. But yeah, so this was the first of 3 segments. This might have been the worst out of the 3 because the other 2 were just straight comedy, but this one was still funny. And then you get Jerry Lawler addressing CM Punk's tweet that, he's the king of Memphis and he'd give him the first shot.
Jerry says it's done.
Yeah. So look forward to that match, the main event. Speaking of main events, the WrestleMania 27 match happened again tonight. John Cena defeated The Miz. I personally answer yes to this question. Was this match better than the WrestleMania 27 main event?
Does the bear shit in the woods?
It does.
Yes.
Where else does it get shit?
Yeah, a lot of them. It could shit in the streets. If you had a bear in the streets
need this fire.
If you had a bear in the streets, it would shit. But it also shits. Like bears are in the woods. Yeah, they shit multiple places. The woods is one of them.
Yeah, this match. It
really was.
Better
than the Mania one.
It really was. I mean, that's
The Miz didn't get knocked out cold. He's had a year and a half to get better.
Yeah, he didn't get concussed.
Cena's found more of like a. I want to say Cena's found more of a grasp on what he's trying to do, as opposed to just where before he didn't have direction. He was just like, okay, yeah, I'll get beat up, shoulder block, shoulder block. He might have actually listened to the YWC, IWC.
He might have.
Weird. And then after we say something good about him, we probably flip flop on him again.
I still like him.
Real question is though, why the Miz and why not have him beat up on Christian?
Yeah, it's a good question. It's one of those things where, again, my theory is if you accept something bad before it happens, it makes it less bad. Like, I knew Cena was going to win, so I wasn't mad at the end because I knew it was going to happen.
Yeah, I wasn't mad.
But at the same time, that's one thing to have. But like you said, there's the whole thing of, sure, I can accept this because I knew it was going to happen, but why is the Miz there in the first place?
Yeah.
That's the whole only logic here. Like, there's no real point. I mean, Christian's a face. That's the only reason they couldn't do Christian.
Okay.
But someone
hear me out here. So later on in the show, sorry if I'm spoiling this for anybody. You're not going to be mad about this. We had
earplugs, people that don't know.
We had Santino fight against who's Santino fight?
The one-man rock band.
Heath Slater.
I'm not supposed to be able to hear you.
Switch those, or you could switch. You can have the Miz fight against Santino. And put, I guess that's the switch right there. Let's go with that switch. Okay, you're good. We could have done that. But no, instead we had the Miz versus Cena and IC champ Count Stars. Which, you can't say a loss is going to elevate him, because a loss on the middle of Raw isn't doing anybody any favors.
Well, especially not the Miz.
Yeah. Especially not the Miz. He was gone for that long.
If it was going to be one of the... could you imagine if they would put Cesaro out there? Yeah. It's still the basis of the mid-card champ loss, but even putting him out there with Cena, if you had to do one of them, again, if you had to do one of them, I don't think it's smart either way, but Cesaro, you'd be like, oh, he's out there, but he's already in a thing with Santino, so yeah. So what's Miz going to be doing at Night of Champions?
He's probably going to pull out the old belt.
No clue. Yeah, Miz is going to... That's the best way to get heel heat. He's going to get heel heat by revealing the old Intercontinental Championship, the old meaning the sucky one. Yeah. But yeah, Cena wins this match, and then that's just it. Didn't really lead to anything. That's why we're a little confused.
Yep.
Then we get part 2 of the Daniel Bryan anger thing where Kane's in there, and there's this one where Kane comes. I don't remember.
Kane enters in this one.
Yeah, it was hilarious. They're talking about it, and this guy's like telling about how his boss sucks.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh yeah, well, it's your boss, your old girlfriend who left you at the altar and then set you up with her boy toy who's from hell. Like, just went on and on. It was hilarious. And the guy just looks at him like, oh. And then he's like, oh, we got another guy. Then Kane comes in. You see what I'm working with here? Oh, it was priceless. Yeah. Speaking of priceless, Heath Slater comes out. Heath Slater got a pop tonight.
Probably one of the biggest
ones. It was hilarious. They loved Heath Slater. Like, I'm not saying this to be a dick. Heath Slater may have got a bigger reaction than initial Triple H pop. Like, I'm not even kidding you. If you don't believe me, go watch it. I feel like Heath Slater got more cheers than Triple H's initial pop. Triple H, they built up, but when his music first hit, I'm taking Slater.
I think they had the crowd noise up, thinking he's going to get booed. Like, oh, yeah, it's going to be a heel. And they got a cheer, and they're just like, oh, crap.
It was hilarious. But yeah, Slater versus Santino. This match was predictable until the end, because it was predictable that the Cobra was going to, Oksana was going to come out and he was going to get distracted. Slater won. But instead, he won. I mean, he was going to lose, but instead he got distracted and won.
Hear me out here.
It's one of the better storylines I've ever heard.
You can't spell Oksana without snake.
Yeah, you can.
No, you can't.
There's no E in Oksana.
Oh, what?
If I knew how to edit stuff, there'd be a big red thing across the board that said ass.
No.
But I can't do it right now.
What?
That's incredible. That's
not good. I don't know.
That's funny.
Let's see if we can say this. Like, I looked at here. I'm just like, I see the letters. I'm like, okay, yeah.
Snack.
Yeah. Because, and then no, sorry, you can't. You can spell.
You can't spell snake.
You can't spell Oksana E without snake. Man.
Her real name is Oksane.
Oksane.
But anyways.
Let's start calling it Exana.
Exana. Ekans, the snake off Pokemon.
Yeah.
But,
so that's kind of where I got it.
Santino,
so I was like, okay, I see Ekans.
Yeah, it's in there.
Somewhere.
But Santino wins, so I was so mad. Because I wanted Heath Slater to get the win.
But it's kind of a different thing, though, because it's like, he can hardly control the Cobra. He can control it, and look, he got it at the right time.
The Cobra has a mind of its own.
Yeah.
But then we get tag team action of Brodus Clay and Sin Cara, interesting match, versus Damian Sandow and Cody. Much more, making kind of sense tag team. But, of course, like most things at WWE, the thing that makes sense didn't happen.
Hey, did they try to spell snake with Sandow?
Yeah. You can't spell Cody Rhodes without snake. But,
oh, man.
That might get you over with every crowd.
Oh, man. That's why we shouldn't go live.
It was priceless.
Man, it's been a long day.
Yeah. School started today for him.
All right.
But like I said, the things that make sense don't happen. So the team that's awesome loses.
But here's the deal, though. We found a way to make this match entertaining for us from the get-go. We muted the part after they said the rumpin', stumpin', Funkasaurus, Brodus, Clay. Mute.
We muted it so he doesn't say,
Funketeers! Put your hands together for the
Funka, Dactyls,
Cameron, and Naomi.
We muted that part and just unmuted it when the music started again. Best day ever.
And then we said, well, if Brodus Clay wins, as long as Sin Cara hits the Dactyl, we'd be fine.
And what happened? Brodus Clay hits Cody Rhodes, and Sin Cara hit the Dactyl. He's like
one of the worst Dactyls I've ever seen.
Top 5 lowest Dactyls.
But it was. There's kids in that ring.
So awesome.
Yeah. I mean.
So this match was nowhere close to as bad as it should have been since we muted his entrance at the right parts and Sin Cara at the Dactyl.
Yep.
Thumbs up for me. The final anger management segment. The thing that got like 19 things trending on Twitter. They go and they're like, Kane, do you want to explain to us why you're here? And Daniel Bryan goes, this is not a good idea. Well, I was born locked in a basement, suffered psychiatric problems, I burnt my parents' house down, I buried my brother alive twice. And it just goes on. I had started a relationship with a woman named Katie. Needless to say, it didn't work out. Katie Vick trended immediately.
Yep.
He goes on and on about everything, and it was
I trapped my real father Paul Bear in
my real father. I recently locked in a meat locker.
That's what it was.
Priceless.
Priceless.
So many Twitter trends after this. Kane won me over here.
Yeah.
But it was so, and Dan Ryan just sitting there the whole time, like, why are we doing it? Like, this is the best thing ever. So hilarity ensued. I loved, from something that when they announced it, I thought was going to be atrocious.
Yeah.
These were hilarious.
I don't know how.
I have no idea.
Like usually they suck at these type of things.
But it was so
The
funny.
Miz Christmas special. This was the evolution of that.
Oh, yeah.
Because that you're just like, oh, that's gonna be awful. Yeah, such
Not
low expectations, and it's awesome.
Because Miz was talking, and then A-Rod comes out, and Michael Cole. It was so classic. If you guys like missed that for some reason, go back and watch that. Just type in the Miz Christmas special. CM Punk on commentary enhanced that even better. But and then after this, we get a Triple H best of clip, which we kept getting Triple H like big net montages through the thing. And our only complaint here is that it wasn't such a beautiful day, which means we're gonna move on from it because it was not as good as it could have been.
Yeah, then we get R-Truth, first my boy D. Bryan.
In a really confusing match, kind of like this is kind of a weird match.
Daniel Bryan is trying to stay calm, and he's like,
yeah, that was hilarious. Dan Ryan entrance like, hey,
yeah,
everyone's chanting yes. Dan Ryan's like, hey,
come on,
stop. He's like, no.
And then he freaks out and yells no at a plant for 10 seconds.
Yeah, it was funny.
At Brock Guy.
It was so funny.
The gym leader at the Rock Gym.
Yeah, it was hilarious. Yeah. But, you know, Dan Bryan ends up getting counted out after he gets pissed. He finally snapped and all that stuff. And he gave Knuckles a little Jimmy mid-match, though. So that was cool. But then we get to what this show was built around. The game. The main event. The King of Kings. A cerebral assassin.
The man who once soiled Vince McMahon's doctor.
God.
He plowed twice, sir.
3 at times least a lady.
He married her when she was passed out.
It's true, in Vegas. But Triple H comes out, and he gives this speech for a while. And he just kept saying, I just want to say I'm sorry. And then he goes that, I just want to bring out and say I'm going to kick Brock Lesnar's ass. The crowd's like, yeah, come on now.
And we're all just like, no.
He's like, but I can't say that because I don't know if I can. And he's just sitting there. And what was going through my head this whole time was said the best by fake Seth Rollins' Twitter account. If he really is done, this promo is incredible. If he's not, he is Hulk Hogan. He becomes Hulk Hogan. That's exactly what was going through my head this time. I was like, I don't know if I should like be respecting Triple H right now, but I like if he was for sure retiring, I probably would have not. Like I'd have been okay, whatever.
Yeah.
But there's no way. We all know Triple H.
Yeah. He'll be back.
And if he never returns, then in like 10 years, I'll say sorry. Yeah. But until that point,
we have. Hey, how about this?
Never.
Somebody keep us on track on this. We don't officially. The Trio of Woe show will not apologize for saying Triple H is stuck in the past.
We will re-review this promo.
Yeah, we will after WrestleMania 29. Not the Raw after, because he's going to be somewhere. Hopefully he's there. Mm-hmm. But let's say around that time afterwards, somebody call us out and be like, "Hey, yo,
you guys said that
said that Triple H wasn't going to do all that, you know, but he did."
But until then, this was hilarious because it was stupid.
Yeah.
I don't think he's coming back.
He's pretty good at crying.
All we need is Beautiful Day.
We listened to it during the commercial break.
Oh, we really did. I loved Triple H for like 2 minutes because once he was done talking and he was just like waving at people, we didn't mute it. We just turned on the Beautiful Day song and it made it so much better.
Oh yeah, it's set for Triple H.
He even mentioned nostalgia pop. He said the words nostalgia pop, and we said,
"Says the guy who brought Kevin Nash back."
But yeah, so that was that. We'll you know how we think of it now. We'll reconvene on this at a later date if things don't work.
Yep.
And then after this,
if he does come back, we're just gonna yell "Told ya" for about 5 minutes in that review.
And that's all you're gonna hear about.
Told you, motherfucker.
It's true. But we get back from commercial and the lights go out. We're like, what? Break the wall, and the crowd goes, ah! And Dolph comes out. Not quite to the effect of when CM Punk came out as Jeff Hardy, simply because he just dressed up like Jeff Hardy, and it took people forever. Yeah. And not quite to the level when The Miz came out just like The Rock, because it looked like him for a second. Yeah. But still funny.
Yeah. Especially because this happened last week. He was fired. He's like, oh, well, he has no contract anymore. Okay.
Yeah. So he comes out, and then his own music hits. He comes out, says we're never going to see Jericho. And then we get the tag match of Dolph Ziggler and Alberto Real versus Randy Orton and Sheamus. And you said who was going to get the pin?
Yeah, and I go, maybe it's going to be Orton.
And I said, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
And I said, it's going to be Dolph Ziggler. And a hook shot. Sheamus, row kick, Dolph Ziggler.
1, 2, 3.
What are you doing? But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sheamus pins Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah.
Like always.
After that, Kane comes out, and Kane is just like, and Josh Mann is like, oh crap. Takes off, and then Kane's out the commentary for Zack Ryder versus David Otunga.
Another confusing match.
And then Zack Ryder won with the Rough Rider.
Another confusing event.
And then Kane comes in, goes to choke slam Zack Ryder, throws him out of the ring, like kindly, not like throws him over the top rope, which kind of like, get out of here. And then choke slams David Otunga.
Another confusing event. But hey,
we don't know what they're doing with this. We'll give them the benefit.
we'll give
of
it
the
a
doubt.
chance. Yeah.
We don't know what they're doing with Kane. I feel like they're circling the tires with Kane.
Yeah, they
with
don't
the Big Show. They're gonna have one more Survivor Series where they put all those big guys on one team against the midgets.
The midgets.
Those little vanilla midgets versus the guys who built this business.
I'll probably be cheering for the guys that built this business.
Those vanilla midgets.
Depends on who's on the guys who built this business.
Exactly.
If it's Kevin Nash, no. But will we see that match? Probably. And then we get to the main event, which we got to vote on all night, and surprisingly, actually was a cage match. CM Punk versus Jerry Lawler. Hilarity came when the most blood we've seen in a long time was brought about not by Brock Lesnar, but by Jerry the King Lawler. Let me repeat that. Jerry the King Lawler. CM Punk was bleeding badly. But Punk was whooping on him for most of the match. Lawler got some, a couple things in. And then Punk ends up getting the Anaconda Vice, and he taps, and he just leaves it on. Finally breaks it. Gets out of the ring. Goes and grabs a lock and a chain. Locks himself in. Not that they could have raised the cage or anything, but
No.
They had to save that, so it made Cena look smart when he came out. So he attacks him for a while, tries to get him to say the best in the world. It looked like an I Quit match. Instead, he was trying to get him to say that he was the best in the world. That's basically what it was. Punch, punch, punch. Say it. No. Punch, punch, punch. Say it. No. Elbows, elbows. That's what it was. But then Cena comes out and makes a save, and of course he goes, raise the cage. And they're like, Vince wasn't supposed to. Why would you say that? But yeah, Cena finally gets the cage open, and Punk dips out, and Cena just posted there like, erg.
One thing.
Oh, and AJ announced that this will be the Night of Champions thing is Punk Cena.
One thing that kind of was under, they didn't make reference to it, and probably about 9% of the people caught this. CM Punk was wearing the Chicago Bears colors in Packer country. Not Green Bay, obviously R-Truth, but all that area is all pure Packer fans, and he was wearing the Bears colors, so...
I don't think he likes the Bears, so it was clearly had to be for...
Yeah, Chicago!
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so the show ends, like we said, Cena making the save, Punk at the top of the ramp, just dipping out like, peace.
Who's going to take us home when you're gone?
Oh man, Roof? Oh, Roof's gone.
Roof's gone too. Shout out to Rufus the dog.
Rufus the dog, shout out to you. But we want a video response from Roof, Colby. But yeah, so that was Raw. So if you didn't catch our live stream today, you can watch that. That's up. We did a little pre-Raw Q&A, I guess you could call it. We just kind of talked, but
kind of BS.
Yeah, we just kind of took questions. I guess it's called a Q&A.
If you're really bored, watch it. If not, you don't really have to.
You don't have to, but if you're subscribed to us, you probably want to, because I don't know why else you'd be subscribed to us. You don't like to hear us talk. Yeah. It's not that long. But subscribe above, like this video, comment below. You can't see me for a while. You're going to see him plenty. And if you watched our stream, we said, hey, we're going to do this like every Monday. But I don't know how it's going to work if we're not here. Hey, we can do the pre-show, and then at 6, I just branch off to football. But not the other one, because I'll be in Detroit, Michigan. Shout out to everybody. For some reason, I feel like the BYWC lives in Detroit, so I'll be seeing y'all. But
BYWC. Say it like it is.
I'd say it like it is. I love the BYWC. Let's see. There's plenty. I know all you guys are from Detroit. You know, even if you're not from Detroit, we're all from Detroit.
Yeah, Ty's not from Detroit.
No, Ty's not from Detroit, but Ty lives in Detroit. You know what I'm saying? So, you
He
know,
ain't from Detroit. He ain't claimed Detroit, but this Detroit.
he's in Detroit. But yeah, so that's our review. Comment below, like the video, subscribe. Maybe we'll do pre-shows.
Marco Rose from there?
Marco Rose is from Memphis, Tennessee. He's the real king of Memphis.
Shout out to Marco Rose.
Oh, Denzel's from Detroit. Shout out Denzel. If you guys don't know who Denzel is, something's wrong.